the mound.
He's got good stuff considering he's holding his child. That's not an easy thing to do, to throw a strike when you're holding your daughter.
Nicely done. He's ready to go. He's not nervous about singing here. It's no big deal. Eddie Vedder coming up with our 7th inning stretch after the 3rd out is recorded here in the top of this inning. Padres with 3 in the 6th. After getting on the board with 1 in the 5th and 4 more in the 7th. Hit well to center, but Pierre is there to make the catch. Eddie Vedder coming up.
Today's guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Pearl Jam lead singer Eddie Vedder.
All right, let's hear it. Let's sing it for the moms. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and crack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. 10 runs, we can do it.
Well, Ramirez making it out, swinging at the first pitch as he flies to center. Bottom of the 7th. Lead singer of Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder, is with us, an Evanston native, big Cub fan. And it's been a rough one today, Eddie, but it is great to have you here in town. And I think the timing is interesting because Kerry Wood is a good friend. Of course, he's going to come back to the Cubs rotation on Thursday, and you guys have a couple of shows coming up at the United Center this week.
Yeah, so we'll make sure not to keep him out late. I don't think he's allowed to come to the games or to the shows. Yeah, he's got a big game on Thursday, and maybe that'll help turn it around.
Barfield is going to throw out Jock Jones for the 2nd out. So your album has been out, your record, as musicians call it, has been out since May 2nd. And how are things going? I know it's a very busy time. You start touring.
Yeah, I guess we're officially on the road now, and I think the goal is to get it working by Chicago, and we're there. We're looking forward to playing United Center, and it was just a big deal to be able to come here today. So beautiful day.
You know, Eddie, ball players have their favorite ballparks when they travel around the league. There's certain cities and certain ballparks that they like a little better than others. Where do you guys like to play?
I always liked playing Chicago Stadium. I like United Center. It's great, you know, and a lot of friends in Chicago, but it's the sound in Chicago Stadium. There's something about the older buildings, you know, old Boston Garden and Chicago Stadium. They had a great sound to them.
Michael Barrett, the batter, 2 outs here in the 7th. Now your album is self-titled, correct?
We titled it, yes.
But I mean, is it called Pearl Jam?
Oh yeah.
Is that the name? Okay, so when does a band determine when to have a self-titled album? Because most bands do at some point. Sometimes it's the first one, sometimes it's the 12th.
Yeah, I guess when you run out of titles.
So did you think long and hard about this one? What you were going to call it?
Well, I think we thought so long and hard with the lyrics and the titles of the songs that when it came to put a moniker on.
Castilla is going to throw out Barrett. Can you hang out for a couple more minutes?
Oh, sure, if you'd like, yeah.
We would love for you to hang with us. Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam is with us. Back to Wrigley in a moment. There's Kerry Wood taking batting practice. I know he's so happy to be back with the guys. And Eddie, I asked Kerry, I said, what should I ask Eddie today? And he said, well, if he doesn't talk about his daughter, ask him about her. But what's it like being a dad? She's 2, right?
Yeah, well, and Kerry's a new dad, too.
That's right.
We've been kind of sharing, swapping stories. And it changes your life in all kinds of ways. And, you know, it's all positive. It seems like looking back, not having kids was like a waste of time.
Here's Jay Cook Yu making his major league debut in relief here in the 8th inning. All right, so we were talking about the title of the new record. It's self-titled, Pearl Jam, and you were saying that you spent so much time on the songs.
Yeah, it seemed like having to come up with something that would encompass all that was on the record was a bit much, so we just left it alone and put an avocado on.
Gonzalez down that left field line. He's going to make the turn, and he's going to stop with a single. Well, we talk about baseball influences. Let's talk musical influences, and the biggest ones on you as a youngster as you got in to this business. It's been so good to you, and you've been so good to it.
I grew up listening to, I guess, a lot of Motown stuff early, growing up in Evanston, and then that progressed into like things like the Band and Bob Dylan, and then the Who, and then punk rock, and then it was our turn, I guess. The music came in the early '90s with us and some of the Seattle groups and some Chicago groups too. So
there's a pitch from you and a swing and a miss. Clay Hensley still in. 8-0 Padres. We're here in the 8th inning. Now, how many times do you get to Wrigley in a season?
Well, before I had our daughter, I was here quite a bit more often than I have lately. But at least try to make it, 10 times a year.
You like the new bleachers? Everybody very happy with the new setup out there, and a little more room to maneuver behind the bleachers.
Yeah, I was really I'm a total traditionalist. I still write on a typewriter, and so I thought this is you haven't gone into the computer age. It still looks old school, and it's just a beautiful place. The energy's still there, and I'm glad to see it. I just don't want to rename the field.
No, I don't think that'll happen. This is a great place to be, certainly. I got to tell you, Eddie, I loved your performance in one of my favorite films of all time, Singles, which actually,
okay,
it was a lot about no. It was a lot about the Seattle music scene, though. You had some great music in that movie, but you had the great line. What was it? A good review for us is a good review for you, as you were telling Matt Dillon, right? Citizen Dick, was that the name of the band?
It's
been so long, right?
I mean, I don't even take lots of drugs, not lots of drugs, and I still can't remember that.
I think that was 92, 1992.
Yep.
Well, I remember. Eric Young with one out. There's a foul back.
You mentioned the Seattle music scene, and I think there was kind of a split amongst those of you who were playing in Seattle at the time when they hung the name grunge rock. How did you feel about putting that title on a particular genre of music?
Well, we were kind of insulated, I guess, at the time, and we kind of didn't realize what was happening. And by the time we did, I think it felt like an annoyance. And although we really had nothing to complain about, but it got kind of difficult, and it seemed like our music, which felt like it was coming from a real place, got co-opted kind of quick, and I think some of us were sensitive to it at the time. But we made it through that.
And Eric Young with a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Well, Eddie, we really appreciate you stopping by, and know a lot of people watching and here at the ballpark are going to head out and check out the shows Tuesday and or Wednesday. Beautiful daughter, and thanks again. Get this thing turned around here pretty soon here at Wrigley, okay?
It's been a real pleasure. Thanks for having me. Best seat in the house. Well, except for the bleachers. I'll be watching.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Eddie. Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam stopping by today. One strike on Mike Cameron. Soft-spoken guy. It's interesting. The lead singers usually they're pretty quiet off the.
They save their energy for when they need it. I guarantee you, he won't be soft-spoken in concert.
No, he won't. Nice guy and a huge Cub fan, Eddie Vedder.